What am I gonna say in this video? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I could start anywhere. But how about we'll start with this? When one single good idea can change everything, or at least change the way I think of this little Class A that I bought. It makes the difference between whether I was going to maybe adopt it or foster it for a while and then just flip it. You know, it needed a lot of things, and I've made huge progress. And I thought maybe it's something I'll use for a while, maybe a season, and get everything all up to speed, and maybe flip it, because I didn't think it was the ideal fit, what I was looking for, but it was close. It would serve us okay for a while. But the deal was so sweet that and I seen the potential in it, that I thought we're gonna make this work for a while, and then I'll decide, see how things go with it. Well, this one single idea has changed that into, actually I think this might be about a perfect as fit as can be. Okay, we'll get to that here in a minute. Now, I'm sure many of you that have been with the channel for a while know that ideally I thought I wanted a mid-size Class C, about 26, 27 foot, and the type of floor plans that those size offer. I thought that would be the ideal fit for Bella and I. And it turns out what I've done, this single idea has changed this little 24 foot Class A into what I think is actually going to be a better fit. So we're going to go in. I think I'm ready to show it to you. I know, what's it been? It's been 3.5 weeks since the last video, with the exception of that one live stream I did. 3.5 weeks, no video. It's taken some time. You know, this whole moving process is boring, and I'm going through a lot of my personal stuff and other life tasks and visiting family and stuff, and just that move alone, that's not very video worthy in my view. But there were a lot of projects squeezed in there, which we'll get caught up on. The inside is, where do you see the inside? But some things happened on the outside too. That's actually that's the quick and easy thing. We'll look at that stuff real quick and get that out of the way, and then we'll go inside and see what I've done. I'm really stoked. I'm really happy about what's happened on the inside. We'll get there in just a minute. And real quickly here too, you know, it only got its initial cleaning. You know, it was pretty filthy when I got it. It's certainly brightened up nice, but there's some areas where I have been concentrating on, like these compartment doors. They you know, I replaced this trim around it. They were only available this size in white or black. There was no off-white or cream colored or tan, beige, whatever you want to call that. But I've gone around and I've replaced all these, and around the refrigerator thing. I think I have a picture of the one on the other side, how bad those were, either cracked or completely, you know, parts of them completely missing. You know, some small things I did too was, yeah, replaced that, but also put these new, out of 5 of them, there was only one that still worked. So we put, you know, that's like $12.99 for the set that I needed. A roll of 50 foot of this stuff was, you know, it was only $19.99. So, you know, there's a lot of those little items that aren't real expensive that, this was missing the cap, or the city water connection. There was no cap. So I picked one of those up. You know, a lot of little stuff that not particularly video worthy. I thought I've been taking care of. This is one thing I can't seem to find. I want to replace this, the sewer hose storage area. There's others, they're out there, but they're usually rectangular, so they're like wider than they are tall. I'm having troubles finding that. The door's busted off and has a latch, but for any of you that have sources that are good at snooping around, this is you know, it's 7.5 from outside to outside is 7.5 by 7.5, and roughly about the inside, not the very inside, but like the opening would be roughly 5.5 by 5.5, the opening in the RV, and by 7.5, 7. If anybody finds that, email me the link at davesrvlife@gmail.com. I'd really like to replace that. All right, a couple things over here, I think. The other thing too is I'd like to replace this whole thing with a new LED modern one. I'll get to that. Haven't got there. I'm gonna paint this door yet. This will fit in my little blast cabinet. I'll actually blast that and repaint it. What's going on? Yeah, this one's all done. And these locks too. Okay, the one side's busted off because these were like frozen, didn't even work. And I think somebody put pliers on it. You know, there's a such thing as using some couple drops of oil or some WD-40, work them a little bit, and they free right up. They work perfectly now. I just wish somebody would have done that before they broke it. So all the compartment doors are all got the trim, locks all working. And another thing that was going on here was the pop rivets that hold this hinge on were coming loose on there. This door was hanging, and it wouldn't close right unless you lifted up on it to put this back where it's supposed to be. Well, I've replaced those rivets, so that hinge is all like it's supposed to be. This closes perfectly now. The latches all work. It's about spending time and you know, just spending time with it and fixing stuff, make it back like it should be. I have a brand new one of these water inlets coming. No, it's already here actually. We'll get to that. A lot of small stuff. Another door done. Yeah, these things have brightened up. This is so much cleaner. This fiberglass texture is really bad about having dirt in the little nooks and crannies. It's brightened up so much more. So it's kind of like phase two. See, I didn't clean this one yet. You can see the dirt in the texture more, and the dirt around in the corners. So, you know, there's a lot of detail work needs to go on. Anything else outside? Oh yeah, this is the compartment I took the pictures of. Okay, how bad this was. Wait, and what's this inside the window? Is that a plant in there? Also on its way, it'll probably be here tomorrow. I ordered a whole new awning, window awning for out here. Yeah. projects. And the main awning, I haven't ordered it yet. It's you know, all the hardware is gone, so I have to get the, you know, the arms, you know, the brackets, the arms, the roll that it rolls up on, it retracts and rolls out on, the whole works, and that's a pretty big chunk of change. And there's not free shipping on it. I just haven't pulled the trigger on that yet. I got to chew on that one a little bit. But we'll oh, one other thing, I did put the back wheel covers on. Okay, there they are. You know, put it back together, clean it up, fix it. That's what this has been all about. The other thing about this moving process has been, I mean, anybody that's moved before, I mean, face it, the boundary's like a small, I mean, it's almost 200 square feet. And, you know, it's like the size of a small apartment. And we've been in it for a little over 3.5 years. That's plenty of time to have plenty of stuff in it. It has plenty of storage, all the basement storage, all the inside storage, massive amounts of storage. And, you know, anytime you move, you usually have a moving day and a date that you're gonna make the move on, and you know, get a moving truck or whatever. But there's the process that you're boxing everything up in the meantime, and it's a lot of work to get everything boxed up and organized and possibly labeled, and it takes a while and a couple sets of helping hands, and which I did all myself. The entire process. So the bounder was up here for a week, and that's how long it took me. It took me probably a week to pack everything up and get it out here. And then of course I had a big disaster out here in the garage, and to go through it, what's, you know, what are items I definitely want in the coachman, what stuff can be, you know, done away with or stored upstairs in some totes. Stuff I not necessarily want to get rid of. You know, someday I'm probably going to have a sticks and bricks place again, and so a lot of those items, you know, they're stored for now. We probably didn't need to be in the bounder to begin with, some of that stuff, obviously. But there was this mess in here, and I wanted to work through it, and, you know, it takes concentration and thinking and thought, and where, what goes where and organizing, and it just takes some focus to and some time to get through that process. So that's why there's been an absence, is I just needed, on top of my other obligations and work and visiting family, and it was time I needed to get through this process to where I am now. The bounder is sitting down there at that lot of my buddies, empty. It is completely empty. Everything inside, in every cabinet, all the storage above, under the sinks, just everything is completely empty of any of my possessions. All the outside storage compartments, when there's lots of them, completely, that's it. Nothing I own is in that bounder anymore. It's, and look here. And I got a bunch of my cleaning products all organized, and the bounder is going to be coming up here pretty soon again. We'll bring it back up, and the whole cleaning process, scrubbing it, cleaning it inside and out, and then after that there'll be oh yeah, it's washing it, waxing it. I might hire a girl to come in and spend a day inside and actually do that cleaning, and then there's going to be maintenance, oil changes, fluids and things checked out, the front suspension greased and the driveline greased. I'm gonna look at everything, the brakes, and just give it a kind of what I normally do at this time of year is kind of go over it, making sure it's good and roadworthy and ready. And not that I'm taking it out this year, but it'll be good and ready for the next owner. So back to the Coachman. All right, are we ready for this? Are we really ready? These curtains from that Pam made were still, I thank her a million times over. They're just nice. They work out so good in here. And of course, making the cushions, the one for the front. She whipped all this stuff up that I was able to, for privacy, I could start using the Coachman right away. Where did this idea, look what I done. Wait a minute, what's happened here? All right, this whole idea was born from the dinette. The main thing I had to overcome was, the issue I had with this little Class A was somewhere to sit comfortably. Anybody that has sat at a dinette before for any period of time knows they can get pretty uncomfortable. It's fine to sit there. Hang on a second. It's fine to sit there for a while and eat, or maybe play a hand of cards or a board game, or they're fine for sitting out for a little bit, for a short while. But to sit and work, for hours on end, doing design work and editing and so on, this was not going to get it done. There's no way. And the problem was, there was this pedestal. I took the pedestal out, so the one comfortable chair it had, or I thought, was missing. And I thought, I need a replacement. Before I thought of this, I need a replacement chair. I need to find something that's going to work in here. I would like to find the original type that goes on that pedestal, and maybe I could just finagle some kind of table in front of it, or over there, or something. I needed a workstation that was going to be comfortable for me. And then I decided, for the time being, I'm going to rip it out of there, because it's going to take some doing to find that chair. Maybe I'll get a desk type chair, an office chair or something put in here, but I had to get something arranged here. And then I realized I could pivot that chair around. I knew I could, but I didn't know that I could utilize it as a desk. I first thought maybe I could build something like shelves here with a desktop, that was, I could turn this around like this, face this way, the desktop would be here with maybe some shelves under it. And then once I just got to thinking about this, and I came up with this idea to build this table in the middle here. Now I can get through here easy enough, or of course this or the outside door. So that's still accessible from here. Bella, she has no, here's her little dog bed. She has no problem using the passenger chair now, or the driver's chair. And this works out to be quite comfortable. Quite comfortable. So here, it's easy enough for me just to sit here and, you know, open up my laptop and work from right here. It's this is super convenient. This is working out better than expected. And I installed a printer. A printer is I need it for my work, and I put a shelf up here. And the printer is oh, I was into that cabinet. Let me straighten this up. The printer is always something that seems to be in the way somewhere in the RV, whether it's on the floor under there where it gets dust and dog hair seems to find its way in it, or on a seat, or, you know, the printer is just a, where do you put it, you know? So up there, out of the way is, I mean, I'm thrilled about. And when I print something out, it comes down, either falls on my lap or falls on my desk. So, and I put like, you know, copy paper and spare ink and stuff up in there. So this has just worked out so well. The other reason it's worked out is with that chair gone and no longer having a need for it, it just creates this open area. And, you know, in an RV this size, you know, with that chair there, here's what we've been limited to. Okay, you got an aisleway. Okay, a way out. Then you have that chair, you know, it comes out the back. Then you have this little aisleway. It just feels pretty limited, but this makes actually kind of a nice open area. And I really like just the general overall feel it helps with. Yeah, I'm really excited that this all worked out. And I found these legs too. They're these iron pipe type legs. These are for like if you want to build your own coffee table. And I chose this arrangement just for, you can put them whichever way you want. I chose this configuration just for easily putting stuff there, a small organizer or leg room or whatever. And I put this covered this old engine cover, nasty old engine cover, with this I think it's a bohemian style throw that you can just put over a couch or a chair or something. But I think that's much more attractive than faded old carpet. And added this rug, of course, too. A little bit of color, so it's feeling so much more homier. And this was the difference, because the Tioga which was before the Bounder, they both had a chair. It was a bigger RV, so the door was back further, which allowed room for a chair and then a table that came out. So those were both very accommodating. I had that in those other two rigs, and this was a difference that now I have it here. We're just turned 90 degrees. I need a comfortable workstation. This solved that problem, opened the area up. That made the difference. The only other thing over here I guess happened was I did find the correct size mini blind. It was a proper width, and the old one wasn't even long enough to cover, go the whole way down to the bottom of the window. It came up short. So it's new, the right size, makes a big difference. Oh, what about the solar? Yeah, I finished it up. Okay, big deal. Just ran the wires down. They go down into the house batteries that are under the step. There's two new batteries there, and put the inverter underneath there, and that's about it. So the kitchen, this is small enough, it really doesn't have a pantry. So what am I gonna do? So what I've done to help with that problem is I've added a couple of shelves up here, a couple like spice rack type shelves. And I took that old microwave out of here that was seen better days. It was kind of an eyesore. It worked, but it was an eyesore. Oh, and this had the door, one of these that covered that. And these came two ways. If they if they came with a microwave, they removed the door and they put a big, what they call a complete meal oven in there. So if it didn't come with one of those, that was your storage. They just put the door on it. So, and it was for storage. So anyway, so what somebody did, they come by and they left the door on, so you had to open it up. Then you could open up the old microwave that was in there. Then that door would come down and rest on it. It was just kind of awkward. So I just removed it all together and put this newer one I was going to put in the van in here. And I put a little rack. This is a weird little tray. It has a handle on each end. And it's pretty deep. But, you know, I got some goodies up there. Spaghetti noodles, other noodles, ramen noodles, brownie mix. Some other treats back there, but I have this Velcroed on top of the microwave so it doesn't slide around. So, you know, no more storage, and this area back behind the stove. I knew that when I first looked at this, that this area would come in handy, whether it's a toaster or my little crock pot and coffee pot. You know, it's just a nice area. So I do still have a few things up here, and I have a box down here that has some canned goods and stuff in it. So I've made do. I've figured it out, and food storage is not a problem. Some other coffee cups and plates and storage container stuff is in there. So I've got it figured out. And the guy, there's a wood guy up the road that made this new. This was missing one of the drawers. And this is the old one. I still need to clean it up. I took it up there and he used it as a sample. But he built this, and he did a really, really nice job. You can tell he knew what he was doing there. And happened to have a the face panel very similar to the color and style of everything else. And it was actually wide for a wider drawer. He's skilled enough. He trimmed it an area out and then glued the beveled section back on, and you can't even tell. You can't even tell he did that. I'm not even sure which. Oh, he did it on this end. Well, if you look really, really close, I guess you can tell. Not from here, you can't. So what else is going on in here? There's Belle laying on the bed. This is a whole nother game going on here. Before I forget, I originally, before I came up with this idea, I wanted a TV in here, and I put the 32-inch up here like I do in the Bounder. And then once I figured this out, I'm like, well, it's hard to watch TV from from here. That's not working out very well. So I ended up putting it over there, and that is working out great. And if you see this reflection in it, actually I pull this one curtain over just part way, it blocks that reflection if I choose to watch in the daytime. But I usually don't. It's usually after dark when I watch any TV. Oh, the other issue I had, have had, I did buy the new air conditioner. That's going in very shortly. We've got a heat wave coming. The other problem I had at the time of making that last video was we had a little heat wave coming. I seen it in the extended forecast, and the little air conditioner in the back, and where the back window was, it works pretty good for a while till you get up into the 80s, start getting low 80s, mid 80s. You can tell it's just not quite getting it done. You know, cooling very well up here. I mean, it's just comfortable. When you start pushing it in the upper 80s to 90, yeah, it's pretty warm in here. Still not terrible, but it's borderline. It's starting to get terrible. So what I did was I found this curtain rod on Amazon, 1-inch diameter, and I bought these, and I found these curtains, these blackout curtains, which they pull, you know, pull across, they overlap a little bit. It sections off that whole front area, and where so much heat tends to come from is when the sun is on all this glass. So if you can do away with that heat, section that off, now it keeps the rest of this back here, from here back, it does keep this more cooler. So that was the short-term solution for that heat wave that was coming. And the long term is I did buy a brandy new roof air conditioner we're going to replace. So I have that all sorted out, the power supply for it's verified. And what's going to happen is we're going to open up that door and push the new air conditioner under the roof. Now we have a very nice plank that's going to work out perfectly. So that's coming soon. Wow, what else is going on? This okay. This oh, the thing in the back. Just real quick here. I put this up. This is another curtain pan made for this divider. I got to put this new track. Another Amazon item. I swear they should give me a. I should have one of them Amazon business link things. I should set one up and. But this, oh, I have the tie back hooked up right now. But this works really well. Could, you know, if we got in the extreme heat, I could close that and hide back with that. That little air conditioner would keep the back really cool because it's such a small area. Or even with the when the new one's in, if we get into extreme heat, I could pull that shut, and I could pull this one shut, and we could just cool this bit. It would be it would be pretty cool in here. Because this new one is a 9500 BTU. We're going to go from a 5000 BTU window unit way at one end that doesn't circulate up here very well to a centrally located 9500 BTU. So I think it's going to cool this so much better. So that the 9500 is designed to cool up to, I think, 200 square feet, and the Coachman's about half that, about 100 square feet. So it should easily cool this. All right, you know, it's like every day Amazon stuff's coming. Got a couple of bulbs. Most of them have already been upgraded to LED bulbs. One of them's at least needs replaced because it's flickering, and good to have a couple spares on board. These are the paddle style, and it's funny because the ones that have been upgraded were the old original light fixtures, and the newer style that is up on the ceiling, which I did repair. I got to the bottom of that little mess, and they have not been. They have the old incandescent ones that use a lot of power and make a lot of heat. They have not been upgraded. So, and those should have these paddle type. Only have the LEDs on the one side, which would be facing down. So you don't need the LEDs that are the round ones. It's making light go up as well. You just need it, you know, the paddle ones that just make it all come down. So I'm gonna give those a try. And what else? Oh, what's this? An Edelbrock fuel pump. Never mind. You won't. You might think you might know what that's for, but I bet you don't. But we'll get to that. Wait a minute, another one of these. Wonder what's up with that. Let's see here. What we got here? Empty packages. Oh, I think we're gonna get to this. Some of this stuff. Wait a minute. Toggle switches. It might have something to do with that fuel pump. And a bracket for toggle switches. I wonder what that could be all about. Screws. I must already use those. Oh, here's that thing, that water. Oh, the inverter decided to come on for a little bit. Oh, look at these. Nice number 14 by 1. Self-tappers, self-driller tapping screws. Never mind about that either. We'll get back to that. We'll show this one last thing here, just real quick. This video is probably starting to run plenty long. You know, it's all these little projects that take up so much time. So there it is, exact replacement. This middle metal thing just doesn't make any sense. You know, it's just a handle. You just fold it down to pull on it, to open it, and it apparently broke off, the old one. And it's just a goofy, I don't know who designed that was a nifty way to make a handle, but I mean, it's not like it locks it in place or does anything it just folds down. You can, that's all it does. That's a weird handle. So I guess when the old one broke off, somebody decided to put an eye bolt in it and pull it out. Now, yeah, it's all faded, and it was really disgusting. I actually scrubbed it a ton with a soft scrub with bleach. But the thing is, the hose, it absolutely needed replaced though, because the vent hose had broken off, and it's still, oops. And the new one, it's going to be here in a minute if I don't watch what I'm doing. So, and the trouble is that vent hose, when I fill the water tank up, now I have to access this from under the bed. So this hose, this vent hose, when I fill the water tank up, well, if it starts coming out of there, it's just going to gush water into the compartment or wherever it is I run it to. And you can't plug them, because then when you use water, it creates a vacuum and it'll suck the tank, collapse the tank in. So you have to have it vented. So I have new hose here somewhere. I already have it. I know it'll work. So I run a new hose to that and replace that and hook it up to the back of this one, and we'll make that all happen. You know, all these little items add up. None of them is terribly expensive. I mean, they do add up, but still, they're not terribly expensive repairs to make. It's just funny how things can get in such a state of disrepair. Just all the little things, you know. If you own one of these things, I mean, it's better to keep up with it rather than let all these things accumulate and you have all this stuff to do. I'm not complaining, you know, for the general condition it was in and the price. That leaves me a lot of room to do some serious fixing and upgrades on it and still be ahead of the game. So I'm happy, and I like doing projects. So at times it's, you know, feel a little beat and I need a break. But then at the same time, I feel, you know, it's very satisfying whipping this thing back into shape. I forget what it has on it. About 59,000 miles. I don't remember, you know, but whatever it is, it's not a ton of miles. Mechanically, there's still a lot of life left in it. And structurally, you know, it's pretty good shape for considering it's 35 years old. And I'm happy to whip it back into shape and get it all back up to speed. And it's all working out. Yeah, it's satisfying. So all right. So now that we're past, you know, some of the more personal business, and like I said, what that involved was all the moving, boxing, there's a point where personal stuff, you're going through it. I mean, I'm not going to video that, and it takes the concentration and time dedicated to get through that and get on with life. So, but I'm finally at a point too to where a lot of that's behind me now for the most part. I'm probably comfortable starting to tune in a little bit more often with some of these projects and moving forward from this point. But I needed that time. I had to do that instead of dragging it all out and trying to fit it in and work it out how to film and edit this out and that. Let's just get through that period and be done with it. So I'm comfortable that I'm there now. Yeah, it's been taking some doing. Now I'll probably start recording the next video actually later on today. We're gonna cut this one off. We're done. And I'll take these files and worry about getting them edited and getting them to you. But later today, I'm probably gonna start recording the next video from. I got to get on this. We got some 90 degrees. Well, one day is, I think 2 days from now, it's gonna be up to 97. In this part of the country, you know what? Our average is in the summertime is low 80s, mid 80s. Seldom does it get into the 90 plus. We might get a couple of days here and there, but it happens, and that's about to happen. We're gonna have one day is gonna be, not today, maybe starting tomorrow, 92, and then the following day 97. That's hot for around here. That's more than I'm kind of used to, and folks around here are used to. That's a hot day for us. So, and especially this sitting in the sun in the afternoon. So I'm gonna get up there. We're gonna start making this air conditioning thing happen. I'll record that and share that with you probably in the next video, or in a video very soon, because it's got to happen very soon. I think that's all we got today. We'll be back with the videos more regularly from this point forward. We're good. Hey, Bella, she's in there resting on the bed. Bella, come here. You wanna come outside a minute? What would you like wanting to take? Is it your nap time? Is it that time of day where you like take your nappy poo? Hmm. You like to take your nap? You wanna come outside a minute? You need to go outside for a little bit. Hmm? Come on. How about you come outside for a minute? Ready? All right. So, yeah. I think most of you probably missed Bella, actually. Bella, come here. Come here, girl. Come here. How you doing? Huh? How you been? Huh? How you been, girl? You been all right? You been doing good? Little scratchings? Huh? You been doing all right? She has. She has been a very, very good girl, as always. As always. Where's those bad rabbits? Where's those bad rabbits? Huh? Where's them rabbits? You need a yawn. You need a nap. Where's the bad deers? Where's the bad deers? Huh? Where's the bad deers? And the rabbits? And the squirrels? Where? Go see. Go see. Go see. She's thinking, they don't come out till evening. Early in the morning, late in the evening. She likes to be patrolling. She'll come out here and just know they're out here and start growling a little bit. Saying, I know you're out there somewhere. I'm out here to get you. Huh? Where's them bad rabbits? Huh? Where's those bad rabbits? All right, girl. All right. That's all we got for this one. Yeah, it's a little bit warm today. Not bad yet. But it's probably low 80s today, and with the sun, I'll turn on that rear air conditioner and it'll do okay for now. But come next day or two, it's just not going to be able to keep up. So I'm gonna get on with things. We'll be back soon. I'll see you next time.